As we all continue to play New World Aeternum, our inventories are going to get more and more full of just random items. A lot of people actually see certain items and they assume that they're just complete junk, they drop them on the ground, and then they continue doing whatever they were doing. However, a lot of these items that people consider junk are actually quite valuable. So in today's video, I'm focused entirely on highlighting some of the most common items you're going to be picking up as you play this game, the purpose of them, and why you should not throw them away. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and highlight some of the most common items you come across on a day-by-day basis while playing this game, what you can do with them, and how much money you can actually get in case you sell them instead of just dropping them on the ground somewhere. So let's go ahead and get started. So on my screen now, you're going to see basically a typical inventory after doing a few chest runs and just playing the game over a few days. You can see a ton of these crafting reagents over on the right side, as well as a ton of just random schematics, some recipes, and clearly you can tell I have a ton of these music sheets all over the place. I've got stacks of like up to 9 even on certain songs, and they're just taking tons of space and building up over time with weight. As we keep scrolling down, you can also see after a few chest runs, I pick up tons of just random potions. My inventory is getting full. I've got some random cooking ingredients. I keep scrolling, and there's some random craft mods, and there's just tons and tons of them. So let's go ahead and just call out each of these items I showcased and why they're actually valuable and why you shouldn't be throwing them on the ground. So let's go ahead and just jump right into the first one, which is the music sheets. I know you guys have a ton of these in your inventory, and I also know that a lot of people are not the biggest music playing fans out there, and that's totally fine because these music sheets actually have a huge purpose. Instead of just salvaging them and learning songs, you can actually salvage them directly into music experience. At level 25, which honestly is just like 4 or 5 songs, you can start salvaging these music sheets right at the workshop and directly turn it into music XP. Again, it's a little bit of a manual process, but it's definitely worth it because, hey, it's free music levels without having to actually play music. You just have to do a few clicks here and there, and it's easy XP. I'm not going to showcase every single one of these music sheets and how I'm clicking through them, so I'm going to go ahead and speed it up a little bit. And as you can tell, it builds up extremely fast. I think I started at level 155 in music before salvaging these sheets, and take a look at that. We're at level 198 right now. So there you go. That's tons and tons of levels. Over 40 levels just from salvaging these pieces. Totally worth it. Real quick too, if you like this first tip, consider liking and subscribing because I've got a whole lot more tips coming your way. Also at the workshop, let's go ahead and jump back in and start talking a little bit more about these furnishing schematics. Now, a lot of people kind of throw these on the ground because they just kind of assume, hey, I've already learned this schematic. I don't need this. I'm dropping it. But just like the music sheets, you can salvage these and get free furnishing experience, which is great because furnishing is extremely useful. Not only can you create some cool furniture for your home, but more importantly, you can create and upgrade trophies that allow you just to deal more damage, have more luck, and a whole lot of other things. So it's definitely worth keeping these just to salvage into more furnishing experience, or at the very least, selling them on the trading post for some easy gold. Speaking of the trading post, let's go ahead and jump over there and take a look at some of the other items I mentioned earlier in the video, starting with some of these different crafting reagents. So age tannin, this is going to stockpile over time. Yes, it's cheap at a per unit cost, but it builds up fast. I do not recommend dropping these on the ground. At the very least, sell them. Some of them are actually pretty valuable. As you can see, obsidian sandpaper on my server is 1.54 gold each, which adds up to a ton. Again, I can't tell you how often I hear people just throwing these items away. Specifically, obsidian flux and obsidian sandpaper are usually the most expensive items out of these item types. So it's totally worth keeping them at the very least and selling them if you don't plan on using them yourself. Another quick piece I want to call out at the trading post is that you will also come across a handful of consumables. Infused mana potions right now on my server are going for almost 2 gold each. A stack of 100 is almost 180 gold. You might as well sell it. Don't drop it because, again, it adds up very, very quickly. Infused health potions are half a gold now, but they do fluctuate quite a bit, and everyone tends to buy these. So it's definitely worth posting them on the trading post and not just hiding them in your storage or dropping them. Especially these infused regeneration potions, people love using these and they're not as easy to find. These are going for 9 gold each. Imagine getting a pile of 100 of these, that's almost 1,000 gold. Also, I do want to call out the fact that as you collect chests throughout Aeternum, you're going to come across different craft mod items like this. They all really hold a different value. As you can tell, that one is 20 gold. We keep scrolling down and take a look at a different one. Let's see. Let's take a look at the drop of Ironwood sap. This one is 44 gold each. Again, that's 64 gold out of just 2 random items. People just tend to just drop these for some reason or just have them sit in your storage. If you do not plan on using them for yourself, you might as well just post them on the trading post and make easy gold. Some of them are different colors than others. You can see this is a blue one. It's almost 190 gold each. And again, they all just range in overall value. This one, thrust conditioning, I think that's a few hundred. Yeah, 120 gold right there. I think the slash conditioning perk is actually almost 2,000 gold or more on my server. At one point, it was 8,000 gold. So again, it's worth just taking a look at the current cost on the trading post for these craft mods before you just store them away, or worst case scenario, throw them on the ground, because there could be some major value in them. So you might as well just go check it out. Now, I've saved the last tip for last just because it blows my mind that people actually do this. So a lot of people will run chest runs, get legendary items, and then just throw them on the trading post for dirt cheap, and they don't realize what exactly they're doing. So what I like to do is I jump on the trading post and search 600 gear score items and higher and look for strictly legendary items. Someone is selling a legendary great axe for 3 gold. When you salvage a legendary item, you get 3 gold. There you go, there's my money back. 1 dark matter, which is just helpful when upgrading, and also a chance at some infused scraps. If you go to the forge, you can then transform those infused weapon scraps into actual valuable resources. So with 2 weapon scraps, I can get ironwood planks or orichalcum ingots, right? So just do that in a large scale, get a ton of infused weapon scraps, and then you can just pick up tons of these caches of valuable resources, open them up. I'm going to go ahead and just open one up real quick to show you guys. 4 orichalcum ingots from that one box, which essentially cost me, let's say 6 gold if I bought 2 axes at 3 gold each, and already got my money back from salvaging them. But if you check the trading post and look up the orichalcum ingot price, they're 11 gold each, right? That's 44 gold that I gained without spending anything. Plus I got some free dark matter. So it's kind of like a win-win situation for me, just because people are throwing these valuable items on the trading post for almost no gold. And just to show you a little bit more of a real-world example, right? I'm just scrolling through here, and there's going to be more legendary items that I come across. It might take a little bit, but let's see. Here we go. A legendary hat for 4 gold. I'm going to pick it up. And again, I'm not really caring that much about the gear score. The higher the gear score, yes, there's a better chance of actually getting infused fragments rather than just the lower quality items when salvaging them. But regardless, it's a win-win situation. So I'm just scanning the trading post, picking up all the legendary items I can find that's pretty cheap, 4 or 5, maybe 6 gold each. And I have nothing to lose and only things to gain. So I'm going to go ahead and scan for one more quick item. There we go. Those are actually somewhat high quality boots too in regards to gear score. And then I'm going to jump into my inventory, salvage them. I'm going to salvage this first one. Look at that. infused armor fragment, that's even a higher quality resource I'm getting for spending virtually no gold. So I'm salvaging these up and I'm just getting free infused scraps and fragments, which I can then flip for even more gold simply because people don't really understand the true value of these items. So again, use this tip wisely. If you made it this far in the video, there you go. There's something that you can actually use to pick up some free gold. But yeah, overall, thank you again for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and actually gained some knowledge about some of these items and the value that they really have. Thanks again for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing for some more future New World Aeternum content. Thanks again, and I'll catch you guys later.